Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Washington State Patrol says a 43-year-old Leavenworth resident was injured Friday when the trailer of a vehicle came loose on Interstate 90 and collided with the SUV he was driving. The price of a new home in the Wenatchee market continued its downward trend last month. Cooler than normal temperatures are expected through Wednesday, with a warming trend beginning on Thursday. An Eastmont School District custodian was accused Friday of sexual misconduct with a student, including a sexual assault in a Sterling Junior High classroom. 49-year-old Michael Ray Van Heusen was jailed on suspicion of third-degree child rape, molestation, possession of child pornography, and other possible charges. East Wenatchee police say Van Heusen sexually victimized two students on school grounds and collected intimate images from one of them. The school district suspended Van Heusen in May after the allegations came to light. He remains jailed in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center and has yet to be formally charged. In a community email last week, Eastmont Superintendent Becky Berg said, quote, "We are working closely with law enforcement as they continue their investigation into this matter." The Douglas County PUD spent much of today wrestling with an outage that affected more than 1,000 customers. The utility district says two pole fires near the Rock Island water treatment plant cut off power transmission to 1,090 homes and businesses. It all started about 10:30 this morning. The customers affected were around Rock Island and the area east of Pangbourne Memorial Airport. The Douglas PUD says it had all but a handful of customers back to full power by about 1 p.m. The Okanogan County Courthouse reopened to the public today after shutting down last week over a mysterious envelope. The Okanogan County Auditor's Office received an unidentified substance in the mail back on August 2nd, which led to full evacuation of the building. The county now says there were no injuries, and lab tests by the FBI and State Department of Health found no hazardous substances in that package. The incident interrupted the counting of primary election ballots, but that process resumed today. The office underwent a thorough cleaning before opening its doors for business. The Washington State Patrol says a 43-year-old Leavenworth resident was injured Friday when the trailer of a vehicle came loose on Interstate 90 and collided with the SUV he was driving. Woody L. Braden was transported to Harborview Medical Center for treatment after the crash, which was reported at 3:56 p.m. It was located 15 miles west of Cleellum. Braden was eastbound in a 2010 Ford Expedition when the U-Haul trailer of a 2021 Ford Explorer traveling in front of him broke free and struck his vehicle. Braden's SUV then hit the Jersey barrier and came to rest in the roadway. The driver of the towing vehicle, 51-year-old Devin A. Bird of Issaquah, he was not injured but faces a possible charge of traveling with an unsecured load. When we come back, multiple fire agencies were involved in quenching a fire that burned a junk lot and surrounding brush east of Soap Lake on Friday night. The Sourdough Fire, a major wildfire burning in the North Cascades National Park, was responsible for much of the smoke that settled into our valley over the weekend. And a free class series will begin at 6:30 p.m. this Wednesday on gardening techniques as well as ways to incorporate the produce you grow into different recipes. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hi, I'm Brian Campbell, and I'd appreciate your vote for Mayor of Wenatchee. Born and raised in Wenatchee, I've experienced a lot of change over the years. Businesses have been devastated by the pandemic. People are concerned for their family's safety. Parents are concerned about their children's education and parents' rights, and people are struggling to make ends meet and find affordable housing. With my past service on our city council and 12 years of meeting attendance, over 100 years of combined community service, and over 40 years in the financial services and real estate industries, I'm uniquely qualified to provide common sense solutions to these challenges.
Paid for by Brian Campbell for mayor.
We're turning up the heat with the hottest deals of the year. Right now during the hot summer clearance sale, only at Click It RV, #1 in sales and service. The best RV brands, over 1,000 to choose from. And the best deals of the year on remaining 2023 model year-end clearance with incredible 30% off. Brand new RVs discounted up to 30%. Save thousands. Plus, no payments until 2024 during the hot summer clearance sale. Now, only at Click It RV. 5 Superstore locations. Hurry in today.
Multiple fire agencies were involved in quenching a fire that burned a junk lot and surrounding brush east of Soap Lake on Friday night. The fire alongside Highway 28 between Soap Lake and Wilson Creek covered about 9.5 acres and destroyed an estimated 20 disused vehicles and 5 motorhomes. No word yet on the cause. The lead agency, Grant County Fire District 7, says the fire erupted in the evening and burned well into the night because of the toxic materials involved, including household appliances. The Sourdough Fire, a major wildfire burning in the North Cascades National Park, was responsible for much of the smoke that settled into the Wenatchee Valley over the weekend. The fire began on July 29th, but gained power on Friday and forced closure of the North Cascades Highway. That route remains closed indefinitely west of Rainy Pass. The fire is about 1,400 acres, burning uncontrolled in rugged terrain. More than 330 firefighters are involved in the containment effort. The price of a new home in the Wenatchee market continued its downward trend last month, with the median sales price down 5% compared to July of last year. Pacific Appraisal Associates reports the price of a home last month was $477,450. That's down from the $500,000 median price in July of 2022. Also, 72 homes were sold last month. That's down 23% compared to last year when 93 were sold. Active home listings were also down 23% compared to July of 2022, with 125 listings last month. That's 37 less than in July of last year when 162 homes were listed. Attention all you out there with green thumbs. A free class series will begin at 6:30 p.m. this Wednesday on gardening techniques as well as ways to incorporate the produce you grow into different recipes. Washington State University Extension is partnering with SNAP Ed Nutrition Program and Chelan Douglas County Master Gardeners to host the series. It'll be at the Celebration Lutheran Church Community Garden, which is located at 801 Northeast 8th Street. You can visit their website for the full class schedule. Coming up next, Coyotes Corner, situated near the Pangbourne and Great Northern Railway exhibits in the Wenatchee Valley Museum, reopened last Friday. We'll tell you more about that in tonight's feature story. A mix of clouds and sun and cool temperatures the next couple of days before we see a big warm-up by the end of the week and especially this weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Hi everybody, Dan Kuntz alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. We're switching from the cold of winter to the heat of summer. That can put a lot of stress in your HVAC unit.
Yeah, it really can, Dan. I would recommend that you get a maintenance. It can catch any potential problems that you might have during the peak of summer. And it's just a good idea to do on all season changes.
Great idea, good advice. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
Hibis Public Market is on the move to make parking, dining, shopping, and events an even better experience for our community. Check out the progress that has already been made towards the revitalization. The West Side project is well on its way, but we need your help to get over the finish line. All donations are greatly appreciated and can be made online at our website or in person at the business office. We want to thank those who have already partnered with us. You are helping make the place we love a better place for our community to meet.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Between the mountains, the agriculture, and of course, the coyotes, the room dedicated to arts and crafts became a work of art itself at the Wenatchee Valley Museum. Coyotes Corner, situated near the Pangbourne and Great Northern Railway exhibits, reopened last Friday in a reception with the 3 artists who made the room come to life. The floor mural, which features the confluence and the Columbia and Wenatchee rivers, was painted by two artists, Fight the Beige Team, and the walls were completed in collaboration with the artist Lindsay Breidenthal. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE News spoke to museum operations coordinator Zach Eddy and Breidenthal about that project.
It was designed back in 2012 and opened in 2014. After the museum realized that there was a need in the valley for a space for parents to take their kids that not only was free and accessible, but also specifically combined arts and crafts with play. But by 2021, this space has been so loved and used by the community, it was clearly time for an upgrade.
The design part of it took probably half of the time, and that was a little bit of back and forth between the museum and sketches. So first, I think I ran a very rough draft past them, and I got some feedback for that. And then I had a more focused sketch after that. And then once they agreed on that, I kind of pen it out and make sure it's just what they want and it's very clear to me. And then after that, I take photos of that. And then when it's time to start painting, I'll project it. So I use a digital projector and get a really rough chalk drawing. And the projector's pretty much only good for that part of it. You can't really get detail with it. So once I get that down, then I start painting, and working with the colors that were already in here was challenging because they're different and the lighting is really warm and very different in here. So that was part of the process as well, kind of paint as I go. I helped Heather and Ellen figure out what colors might work well and how to mix them, and told them which ones I was using. And yeah, we used the 3 colors that were already here as the base and used those to mix from. So it was sort of straightforward. And they put their own touches on it, and it looks great.
We specifically had the aim to not only introduce kids to the work of local artists, but also for the space to become a work of art itself, to truly invite play, creativity, magic, all that.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great weekend and a good start to this week today. Boy, it was a wet one. It was coming down throughout most of our early morning, and then those rain showers just continued throughout into our early afternoon. I'll tell you what, you folks to the east, Moses Lake down into Othello, you picked up almost 6 to 7 tenths of an inch of rain today, and boy, some minor flooding in that area. Our picture today, our video from this afternoon up at Lake Wenatchee, beautiful shot of the lake, and of course, Kaler Glen Golf Course just below the lake. And you can still see some of those lingering clouds. Flood watch in effect until 11 p.m., but I don't think we have much to worry about. Most of those showers are dissipating now into our early evening hours. But as we move along through our week, we're going to see some cooler weather once again tomorrow and into Wednesday. I think we're going to see some breezy conditions, especially on Wednesday with high temperatures. I think generally in the mid 80s over the next couple of days. And then as we get to Thursday and into the upcoming weekend, it's going to get hot, especially by Saturday and Sunday, where we will be looking at temperatures once again at least into those mid-90s. More on that coming up. But our high temperature today, how about this? 75 our high today, and folks, that was at midnight. We cooled down into the low 60s throughout most of the morning, and then boy, just stayed in pretty much the 60s throughout the day. So midnight, our high temperature at 75. 89 is where we should be for a high temperature this time of year. And our record high set back in 1972 at 103 degrees. Right on the money for our overnight low, and that was, I mentioned, that was about 10 o'clock this morning, our low temperature. So a weird day today with that rain shower activity. 63 is normal and 52 is our record low set in 2002. All right, at least 0.2 of an inch of precipitation at Pangbourne. I didn't get a definitive total before the newscast. We will probably adjust that that a little bit higher when we get together again tomorrow. But that does get our total now to 3.44 inches, and that takes us down. So we're now down 1 2/10 inches below where we should be for moisture for the year. Sunrise 5:47. And the sun sets at 8:26. All right, your Tuesday temperatures a little bit better than that, 75 degrees or 73 today, 87s for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. So clouds slower to move away from the Columbia Basin tomorrow. That'll let us to the west of the basin warm up a little bit more tomorrow. 88 for Wenatchee, Eniat, and Chelan. Also, Omak will see 88. Leavenworth, your high temperature tomorrow, 86 degrees. All right, tonight we do expect some clearing out there as an area of low pressure does move away from us. We'll call it seasonal low temperatures tonight, with lows primarily in those lower 60s. Just a few high clouds around tonight. For Tuesday then, mostly sunny. It will be just a little bit warmer tomorrow with high temperatures in the upper 80s. And you can see most of central and eastern Washington will see that nice warm up. There's our ridge beginning to nose into the Pacific Northwest. By Wednesday, low pressure to our east, high pressure out of the Pacific. It's going to tighten those pressure gradients on us on Wednesday. We're calling it breezy conditions, at least that in the afternoon. A little cooler too, with high temperatures Wednesday in the mid 80s. And then by Thursday, the wind will move into Montana, and that ridge will really move into the Pacific Northwest. We will see the beginning of a warming trend on Thursday. High temperatures in the upper 80s to about normal for this time of year. Friday, sunny. I think we're going to see some breezy conditions Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday, but it's going to warm up each day too. Warmer for Fridays with high temperatures near 90 degrees, and there's that big old high pressure out in the Pacific, and it's not going anywhere. Saturday, sunny again, and maybe just breezy in central Washington. Look at the clear skies all over the western United States on Saturday. We will warm up, into the low 90s for Saturday. And then by Sunday, high pressure in control of our weather, and it's not going anywhere. Breezy conditions again for Sunday. Call it downright hot. End of our forecast, high temperatures into the mid 90s, and it looks like past Sunday into the next week, we're going to stay between 90 and 100 degrees. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 63 overnight tonight, 88 mostly sunny tomorrow. A nice Tuesday in store for us. For Wednesday, a little bit breezy, 84 with the wind, so a bit of a cool down for midweek. 87 and warmer for Thursday, and then the warm-up is on. Friday through Sunday, sunny skies each day. Remember, I think we'll see winds about 10 to 15 miles an hour on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Our warmest day on Sunday with a high then of 96. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Enjoy the sounds of summer from your very own pool and spa. Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for this summer. Call today to schedule a free consultation for a custom San Juan fiberglass pool. And let the experts at Blue Lagoon handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your boring backyard into vacation paradise this summer with industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa.
The Seattle Mariners completed a 4-game sweep of the LA Angels Sunday with a 10-inning 3-2 win. Seattle got out to an early lead on J.P. Crawford's leadoff home run. The game went back and forth until the 10th when Eugenio Suarez came through with the game-winning RBI single.
J.P. Crawford climbs in on a warm Sunday afternoon. And Silseth, the young righty's pitch, is clobbered out to center field. J.P. Crawford, number 10 this year. It's a brand new single season career high. He is doing it all this season.
That slash to left. That's a base hit for Moustakas. Around third, Shohei scores. Drury's on his way to third. He's being held up. As the left fielder Marlowe gets it in, Mike Moustakas ties the game. RBI double to make it 1-1.
That might be it right there. Line drive, left field, and goodbye. Teoscar Hernandez with his 17th home run, and the Mariners have a 2-1 lead. There's the breakout moment. And hopefully more to come here. 2-1 Mariners here, top 7.
A really good series for Teoscar Hernandez. We've seen the extra base hits, now a home run.
Here's a high fly ball from Dice. Way back. This one will tie it up. He gets Silseth off the hook with a long home run. And it's 2-2.
Boy, got another sweeper. That time it's in the middle of the plate. Matt Dice, 7th home run. Matt Dice, baby.
There you go. Down the line. Here comes Ty. Getting wave on from Manny. Julio to third. There you go. Gino ringing the bell again.
Julio came off the base. He was tagged. He is out, but the Mariners have the lead. It's 3-2 in the 10th inning.
2 outs, and it's up to Crone. Need at least base hit here to tie this game.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He completes the sweep, a 4-game sweep by the Mariners. They win it 3-2, their first 4-game sweep here in LA since 2005. They do an extra inning.
Manager Scott Service says credit goes all around, including starting pitcher Bryce Miller, the bullpen, and Suarez for coming through in a pinch.
All day long, I thought Bryce Miller actually threw the ball really well. I thought it was one of his better outings here. Obviously, the 10 strikeouts. He got into his secondary pitches there after the first inning, which was great to see. It's something he struggled with. We started landing some sliders, some sweepers. Yeah, we got a fired-up team over there. So. Good outing by him. Obviously, we needed to rely on some other guys in the bullpen tonight. That's what you do. We've been running Mooney and Brash and Spire really hard, so need some other guys to step up today, and they did. Campbell threw the ball well. I thought Thornton threw the ball well. Just the one pitch that Dice hit, but we got Topa does what he does, but 2 innings out of Sauce in that situation is awesome. It's good for him. Gino's been our RBI guy. Wasn't a great day for him, but. The one thing about Gino is he never gets too high, never gets too low. It's good vibes only, and he's the guy we want at the plate. So came through, big hit, big series for us, obviously. Coming in here, you're hoping to win this series. We walk out of here with a sweep. Day off. It's been 23 games in 24 days. So happy flight home.
Seattle gets that much-needed day off today before hosting San Diego in the first of a quick 2-game series tomorrow at 6:40. You can watch the action on Root Sports Northwest. Well, Jake Myers homered twice, while Yordan Alvarez and Martin Maldonado each homered for Houston as the Astros beat the Yankees yesterday 9-7. Andrew Heaney and 3 relievers held the Marlins to a 6-hit shutout as Texas completed the sweep of Florida 6-0. Oakland salvaged the final game of its series with San Francisco, downing the Giants 8-6. Thanks to 2 home runs from Nick Allen. While the Mariners, despite the 4-game sweep of the Angels, remain 6 games behind Texas in the American League West. LA dropped to 10.5 games out. Seattle did gain ground on the wild card chase, leapfrogging the Yankees, Boston, and LA to now trail Toronto by 2.5 games. Well, the Seahawks played a mock game at Lumen Field Friday night with the backup offense edging the starting defense to win 20-17. Geno Smith engineered a 90-yard opening drive that was capped by DJ Dallas running in for a touchdown from 2 yards out. Overall, Coach Pete Carroll was happy about what he saw, with one key thing needing improvement.
Offense and the defense in the first groups both did well. They both executed well. The offense scored 3 times. I called off one of the drives just because it was a 15-play drive, and so I kicked field goal instead to keep them going plays-wise. But they did a nice job executing. Pass protection was really good. I thought Geno looked like he picked up right where he left off, and so all of that felt good. On the other side of the ball, we fit well in the running game and hustled around. Got the line of scrimmage, as close as we can get it to live for both sides of the football. So we gained a lot in that, and I think it helped us take the next step, getting ready for Thursday. And so I was really pleased with it. You can ask me about a bunch of different guys. There's a lot of guys that did good things. All in all, one of the big areas of issue was penalties. We were sloppy at the line of scrimmage, gave up some stuff that we didn't need to give up, and a couple of things on defense as well to give first downs when we had a chance to stop them. So we're trying to really clean all that up with emphasis and make sure that we don't carry that on. We got to get our game clean. So that showed up.
Seattle set to host Minnesota in its first preseason game Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and it's on King 5 TV. The Wenatchee Apple Sox concluded the regular season Sunday on a losing note, falling to Kelowna north of the border by a final of 12-7. Wenatchee couldn't hold an early lead in the season finale. Wound up losing 4 of 6 on the road trip to finish third in the West Coast League North standings. Jaden Holloway led the way for the Sox on Sunday, going 3 for 4 with a run and 2 RBI. Carson Olin was also 2 for 4, driving in a couple of runs. Now, Wenatchee will now head for the postseason tomorrow against Victoria, as we hear more from the voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox dropped 2 of their final 3 games of the regular season against the Kelowna Falcons, but still finished 20 games above 500 with a 37-17 record and earned the 3rd seed in the North Division for the West Coast League playoffs. Wenatchee will host the Victoria Harbor Cats on Tuesday night with a 6:35 p.m. game for Game 1 of the North Division Series. The Apple Sox and the Harbor Cats matched up in 2019, and Victoria took 2 of the 3 games to advance to the West Coast League Championship. This is the 15th time in Apple Sox history that they have made the postseason, and they are looking for their 6th WCL title. Tickets are available right now at applesox.com, and I'm Joel Norman with your Apple Sox update.
Tuesday's playoff game will be broadcast live on Sunny FM Radio, and we will be there to bring it to you live on the NCWLIFE channel. We'll have the call, Brandon Schmitten and myself, starting with the pregame at 6:30. Well, checking the Les Schwab scoreboard for the final day of the West Coast League's regular season, Victoria shut out Edmonton 3-0. Bellingham edged Port Angeles in 10 innings, 4-3. Nanaimo topped Kamloops 8-3. In the WCL South, Corvallis blanked Ridgefield 3-0. Cowlitz got by Bend 7-6. Walla Walla stopped Portland 6-2. Yakima Valley got a solo home run from Owen Egan in the top of the 9th to beat Springfield 2-1. Well, here's a look at the final standings. Victoria wins the North Division title for the second half and will earn the number 2 seed. Bellingham, by virtue of the first half title, gets the number 1 seed. Wenatchee gets the number 3 seed and finished second to the Harbor Cats in the second half and overall standings. Kelowna will be the number 4 seed heading into the postseason. Corvallis finished 22-5 for the second half to win the South title. Ridgefield won the first half title and will have the number 1 seed. Corvallis will be number 2. Cowlitz will be number 3, and Portland number 4. The postseason is set to begin tomorrow with the first round of games in the best-of-3 format. Wenatchee hosting Victoria while Bellingham heads to Kelowna. Corvallis plays at Cowlitz while Portland hosts Ridgefield. Game 2 of the series would be at the higher seeds Wednesday as well as Thursday if a Game 3 is needed. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
want to invite you to watch Network TV. I interview different guests in technology, entrepreneurship, business, education, and nonprofit. It's a bit of a variety show, and you never know who you're going to meet or learn about on Network TV. Tune in weekly to the NCWLIFE channel.